everyone! Sitting down in my kitchen today for this video because I've been wanting to do a what I eat in a day video for a really long time. I find them really interesting. I love food, it's one of my favourite hobbies, and I just generally like to see what other people are eating too. So yeah, I thought I'd film one super casual. I'm not going to make this fancy at all. I'm using my vlog camera. It's going to be very much in a vlog sort of style, and yeah, I'm just gonna basically take you around for the day and show you every single thing that I eat. And this is a bit more of a, how can I say this, not super healthy week. I have just done a shop, so I have good intentions in mind. You always eat the best when you've just done a proper shop. So I thought I would also show you what I picked up, what I got. It's Monday today, and I usually do my shops on a Sunday night. I try and do them online. I think it's just a bit more easy to plan things out and buy everything you need and not buy the excessive things that you don't need, like chocolate bars, various other snacks and things like that. Side note, autumn jumper because it is freezing today. It's so chilly. I feel very autumnal right now. So it's about 9:30. We're getting off to a little bit of a slow start this morning. But before I do anything, I'm going to make myself some drinks. I like to start the day off with a big glass of water, usually iced water, no matter how cold it is. It's freezing today, but I like to have iced water. I feel like it just makes me very refreshed and very awake. And then I'll usually make either a cup of coffee or a cup of tea, just kind of bog standard builder's tea. And I've been having that a lot recently over coffee. I'm just more of a kind of iced coffee girl. Now that it's colder, I'm just more into tea. So I'm gonna make a cup of tea. Choosing the right mug for your cup of tea can make or break your day. I think I'm gonna go for the cat mug. This is one of my favorites. Hi. That is the best sight in the morning. So in my tea, I always have almond milk. That is the only milk that I drink. I wouldn't usually use this in anything else though. I would usually have this one here, the Rude Health almond drink, because it's organic and it's just got no extra kind of bad ingredients in it. But that one in tea, it just doesn't work. It goes separated and it's just basically disgusting. So I basically buy just the Alpro original almond milk purely for having with coffee and tea. And it's only a tiny bit that I have every day, so I don't feel as bad about the kind of excess chemicals in this one. And then again, this is not the best thing to be having first thing in the morning, but I do like my tea to be quite sweet. So I'll have a spoonful or just a teaspoonful of this, which is coconut palm sugar. So it's kind of all the sugars, I guess, the healthier alternative. It's definitely not healthy because it is still adding a sweetener into your food, but it's unrefined and it's basically just made from coconut. So again, don't feel as guilty having this. And yeah, it's only one scoop. I also think it tastes great as well. So that is what I put in my cup of tea. Good cup of tea. So yeah, last night I did an online shop. I kind of quite like sitting down on a Sunday night and planning what I'm going to eat for the week, if I have time, that is. And yeah, just buying it all and it arrives on Monday morning. I kind of just plan things out by really loosely setting out just one day's worth of food, and I'm quite boring. I tend to eat the same thing every single day. I find if I can make things in bulk, or if I have kind of the same process to go through every single day, it's just a lot easier when it comes to me working from home and also, you know, making food and having lunches. I also tend to just use one cookbook. I have quite a few that I like to go through. I mean, to be honest, they are mainly baking books. Like I have 2 Tanya Bakes, but I kind of just stick to one book for my meals throughout the week. It just makes it a bit easier when it comes to kind of finding recipes. So yeah, I've kind of just done a very rough plan of what I fancy eating this week. It usually starts out great the first couple of days, and then as we get towards the end of the week, I tend to sort of go out a lot and yeah, not eat as best as I should. But the good intentions are always there. Also, when it comes to cooking dinner in the evening, Darren and I do not eat the same food. He eats very different to me. He also has a very strange kind of shift pattern, so he eats at completely different times as well. So as far as making a meal for both of us, we tend to just eat our own thing and do our own thing, and therefore buy our own food. So everything in here is for me. Okay, so let's just crack open one of these bags. So yeah, I have 2 almond milks in here. So these are the Rude Health ones that I was talking about. They're really great because they basically have no extra nasties in them. I've got some rye bread. I try not to eat bread, although it is my favorite thing. But if I'm gonna eat bread, I will try and have this rye bread because it's actually really tasty. I've got some coconut flour in here. This is actually for a recipe that I wanted to make from the Amelia Freer book. This was clearly the goodie bag because at the bottom we have My favourite chocolate, this is Lindt, 70%, and I kind of just have a few squares of this if I'm feeling like something sweet. I actually love dark chocolate, so I would prefer this over a bar of dairy milk any day. I've got coconut yogurt in here, and then coconut water. This is a very unintentional coconut haul for some reason. I don't actually like the taste of coconuts, but I like coconut water, I like coconut milk, and I now have coconut flour. I've got some limes, some sweet potatoes, love sweet potatoes, oh, some bananas. I also try and buy organic where I can. I know it makes it super expensive, but I just think in terms of what I'm putting into my body, paying a few extra pounds, or at times not even a few extra pounds, a few extra pennies, is a lot better in the long run. I have some cashew nuts in there for snacks and some more jewel dates, and I'm gonna make, I think, some of my little brownie bites. I have a whole separate video on that, so we'll link that down below for you, but I bought the ingredients to make those. I have some eggs, of course. Being a vegetarian, I pretty much live off of eggs. This is where things start getting a little bit lazier. I eat quite a lot of brown rice and quinoa, and I do have the dry stuff, so I make it up if I have time, but I think these little bags are so quick and convenient. So I have some brown rice with quinoa, and I just have some brown rice on its own. Brown rice is my favorite thing. I love it. And these I just find really easy for weekday nights when I'm making some food, making a meal, and you just kind of want to have a side of something grainy or carby on the side. I just do one of these packets, or maybe even half of one of these actually is probably enough. And they're just so simple because cooking brown rice literally takes about 40 minutes. It's a long time. And then just onto some veggies. I have some spring onions. I hate normal onions, so spring onions are about as much as I can manage. Avocados in abundance. Love an avocado. I've got some spinach here. I'm having to go over to my cooker now because I'm running out of space on here. Broccoli, I think I had 2 broccolis in here. Yeah, 2 broccolis. Again, I just like to have broccoli with every evening meal. I think it's just such a great vegetable to have. Very good things in it. It has a lot of iron as well. I have kale. I don't love kale on its own, but if I'm making a smoothie, I will always pop a handful of kale in it just to basically disguise the taste of it. And then pineapple fingers. Again, super lazy, but cutting up a pineapple is just a bit of a traumatic experience, and I always waste so much of it. So I just usually get these little fingers in a bag, and I could honestly eat this entire bag because I love pineapple. And then some strawberries. So that is everything from my weekly shop. I try not to buy too much food because I do end up wasting a lot of stuff, so I really sort of buy the bare minimum that will last me for a week's worth of breakfast, lunch and dinner. And obviously I have stuff in the cupboards as well to kind of fill this out. But like I said, this is a very healthy intentions kind of shop, and I think it makes such a difference when you order stuff online, because honestly, when I'm in a supermarket, I just go wild. It's one of my favorite things to do, shop for food. I just buy way too much stuff that I don't need to be eating. So I do recommend doing an online shop if you're like me and can't control yourself when there's food around. So I'm gonna pop this away, and then it'll be on to making some breakfast. So I desperately want the crumpet that I know is in this cupboard. Oh, hello dog. Hello. So yeah, Marmite crumpet would be my ideal breakfast with the cup of tea, but I actually feel like I'm getting a bit sick. I feel like I have something going on in the back of my throat and my nose, which I hate. I hate getting sick. I never have colds, so when I have them, I just, oh, not a fan. Not that anybody is, but I feel like I'm gonna want something a bit more energizing and a bit more good for me inside, so I'm gonna make myself a smoothie. I'm not a massive smoothie for breakfast kind of person, but when I have them I know that I feel really great. So I'm gonna make this one today, and this is the one that I always go for. It's the only one I know, and the one that I feel like just has the best things in it. So it's kind of a variation of the Oshi Glows Green Monster, and then a few other little bits added in that I've discovered that actually taste okay. So this is basically how I make that. Hello. So I'm gonna put in kind of like a smallish handful of kale, and then the same for spinach, maybe a little bit more spinach actually, because I can kind of stomach a bit more of that, and it makes it really nice and green. And then a banana. This is quite a small banana. I kind of prefer smaller ones because I'm not a massive fan of banana, but I find when I put one of these in a smoothie, it has kind of a lot of energy in it. And then from my bag of pineapple fingers, I'm literally just gonna put one of these in. So there it is, there it goes. And then I kind of either top it up with coconut water or almond milk. It depends how thick of a smoothie I want. Almond milk makes it a little bit thicker, whereas coconut water sort of makes it a little bit more liquidy. And I feel like I fancy this kind of texture a little bit more. So I'm going to put some coconut water in, and this is the innocent coconut water, which is actually my favorite one. Actually the only coconut water that I really like, apart from the Unoko one, which is so expensive. And then I will just top that up with some kind of healthy extras if I'm feeling particularly crap like I am today. Some chia seeds, and then some wheatgrass powder. Sometimes I'll also just put a little bit of lime in there as well, or lemon, depending on what I have, just to make it a little bit more sweet. The pineapple usually does this, but I like it quite sour, quite sweet and sour, so I'll just pop a little bit of extra lime in there. So this is where I will sit, drink this, answer some emails in the morning, and also I will have just a little bowl of granola as well, because I'm not the sort of person that can just have a smoothie for breakfast. I need something to chew on as well, so I have just some of my favourite granola in here, some almond milk, and then some strawberries cut up on top. And that's my breakfast, as well as my thousands of drinks. Got my tea, my ice water, my smoothie. I like a lot of liquids in the morning, clearly. Moon is shouting at nothing. So it's a little bit later now, it's the afternoon, and I'm feeling a bit peckish. I've just sat down for a few hours and edited a video together and uploaded it, done all of that. So yeah, I fancy a bit of a snack before I start filming anything. I usually need to kind of eat food before I talk to a camera. So I'm gonna make myself some sort of lunchtime snack. I'm not a massive lunch eater. Usually I kind of skip past it because I'm busy working, which is really bad, but if I do have it, I'll have something quick and easy. So today I just fancied some scrambled egg on toast. Love scrambled egg, and I'm gonna have it with some avocado as well. So I'm gonna cut up half of this and just put it on top of this rye bread, and then the scrambled egg with that. So yeah, I'm gonna make this now. This is my quickest kind of like go-to snack. It's just so easy and so quick. So in my scrambled egg, I will pop some almond milk, and this is the almond milk that I use for everything. So the Rude Health one. My favorite thing to put on top of this is Nando's peri salt. I love this stuff, it's so good. So rather than salt and pepper, I'll sometimes go for this. I try not to put too much of it on because it is quite spicy, but it tastes so good with avocado. So that is my super quick, really easy, super tasty lunch. This is one of my favorite meals. So I have this quite often, usually because I'm just really lazy and have to cook something quickly. Always have to photograph the avocado on toast before actually eating it. So this is basically what's going to keep me going throughout filming and working for the rest of this afternoon until I have dinner tonight. But I will most probably sneak down and have some kind of snack after I finish filming my first video. I am done filming. That was a very long filming session. I try and get everything out of the way on Monday and film as much as I can. So I did 2 videos today. Which is good because that's all out of the way and done, but then I am starving. So the temptation is just to binge on the sweets and the chocolate that I know are in that drawer down there. But I think I'm just gonna crack on and make dinner now because I am really hungry. It's a bit earlier than I would normally eat. I'm gonna make it now anyway because it might take me a little bit longer to make because I'm actually gonna make something from the Emilia Freer book that I showed you earlier. This is Cook, Nourish, Glow. I very rarely cook things from recipe books anymore. I just never really seem to have any time, which is ridiculous because I work from home. So these are the sweet potato cakes with tiger prawns. Obviously, I'm not gonna have the prawns and I'm probably not gonna make this yogurt, but I just really fancied sweet potato cakes. So I'm gonna have a go at making those. This recipe book isn't vegetarian exclusive. It has quite a lot of meat dishes in it actually, but I think if you like the sound of something, you can just adapt it or take a few things out to make basically the same meal, but minus the meat or the fish or whatever you don't want to eat. So they actually sound pretty easy. It says 3 medium-sized sweet potatoes, but I'm going for 2 big ones. This one is huge, it's massive. An egg and then some spring onions and salt and pepper, and then this coconut flour that I bought specifically for this recipe. So I'm gonna cut up the sweet potatoes and then boil them until they're soft and mash them up, and basically just add the eggs and then add in the chopped spring onions, and that is about it. It's pretty easy. I'm actually gonna save half of this recipe and pop them in the fridge or the freezer, just so that I can have them throughout the week as well. And I like to do that because it's so easy, and then I don't have to cook any more than once in a week. So that is what I like to try and achieve. So my sweet potatoes are cooked. I've mashed them up a little bit, and now, ooh, where is it? I'm gonna put my egg in. And then the spring onions. Then I have 25 grams of coconut flour in here. This stuff really smells like coconut, so I hope it doesn't taste too much like it. And then just salt and pepper. So I actually ended up making a ton of them, and I still have some left over, so I'm gonna pop these in the fridge now to kind of cool down before I actually cook them. And I'm probably only gonna have about 2 or 3 of these, and the rest I will keep in the fridge, and that'll pretty much last me all week. I mean, there are so many of them here, and I'm kind of the sort of person that isn't too bothered about eating the same thing every single day, so this is a week's worth of meals for me. So finally, an hour later, I have some dinner. So I did some of the brown rice. This is only half the packet. I gave the other half to Darren. Some broccoli, and then I have the sweet potato cakes, which I definitely might have burnt a little bit, but I think that still tastes good. And then I just put a little bit of coconut yogurt on the top. And yes, that is more Nando's salt, because I love that stuff. I've also got cloudy lemonade here. This lemonade is so good. Oh, I could drink that whole bottle. So just as I was about to end this video, I ate one more thing. Keeping it real, M&Ms. Crispy M&Ms are my favourite, so I don't eat a bag a day, but it's quite frequently throughout the week. But yeah, that is everything that I've eaten today. I hope you enjoyed this video. It's a bit different to my normal, but I kind of liked doing it in this vloggy style, so let me know if you like this, if you want to see some more maybe. I think it'd be interesting to do on different days, so if I'm going out the house. Obviously this was a bit of a healthy day, but you know, still got to get some chocolate in. So yeah, let me know if you want to see more of these vlog style what I eat in days, or if you want me to do it again and just sort of focus on the food rather than a vloggy way. Yeah, leave me a comment down below, let me know what you think. So that is it from me. I'm going to leave this video here. I hope you enjoyed it. Thank you for watching, and I'll see you all soon. Bye.